Hello YouTube, my name is NerosCinema, so we're COD WWII. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day the Resistance DLC event and all of its new content are finally upon us. This video is going to focus on the patch notes, letting you guys know everything that was changed or added in today's update. I, of course, will be making more videos later on where I focus specifically on the new weapons and the new division, but I'm going to need a lot more playtime with each of them before I'm able to properly make videos of them, right? So for right now, we are going to focus on the patch notes and go over everything that was included as part of today's update. Let's start things off by announcing that until January 30th, you'll be earning double experience, double weapon experience, and double zombies experience. There, of course, will be a bunch of other XP bonuses added throughout the entire event, but Sledgehammer Games wanted to start things off with a bang by giving us 7 straight days of double XP, which I think we are all pretty happy about. To go along with the event, the headquarters has been updated, and 4 new weapons have been added to the game. Of the 4 new weapons, the Volks Sturmgewehr rifle, the Orso submachine gun, and the combat knife melee weapon can all be obtained from supply drops, the Quartermaster's collection, and of course the daily special orders you can pick up from Major Howard. If you're looking to purchase the new weapons from the Quartermaster using only armory credits, here is what each of them is going to cost, and I've got to tell you guys, I expected these to be a lot more expensive than they actually are. Along with the new weapons, a brand new division has been added to the game, so the Resistance division focuses entirely on utilizing pistols, and for prestiging it at least one time, you will permanently unlock the 9mm SAP, which is the 4th DLC weapon of this update, as well as the basic training Shifty. Now, I personally don't have Shifty yet, but based on what I'm seeing online, it looks like it's going to be a basic training that gives you an additional pistol attachment and unlimited pistol ammunition, which actually sounds quite good if you want to run a pistol-only class, but Sledgehammer Games didn't stop there. They also added the Saboteur basic training to the game today, which is going to shorten the fuse of your explosives and give you an extra piece of lethal equipment. Now, I'm personally not the biggest fan of Saboteur. I don't think I'm going to be running it all the time, but I'm a giant fan of the precedent that Sledgehammer Games has set today. Out of nowhere, they added a new basic training to the game. They didn't hype it up whatsoever. They just added it for free for everybody to use, and I think if they keep doing that, they could really shake up the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas for basic trainings that you would like to see added to the game? Leave your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Speaking of new content being added, Sledgehammer decided to bring Prop Hunt to the game for this event, which works pretty much the same way it did back in Modern Warfare Remastered, though this time we have the ability to place down decoys of ourselves, which is actually quite fun. If Call of Duty World War II turns out anything like Modern Warfare Remastered did, then I imagine we are going to see a huge percentage of the community playing this game mode, and for good reason. It can be a lot of fun, and it gives you a ton of experience for putting in relatively low effort, right? You could be like watching a movie or something like that and playing Prop Hunt, and all you have to do is go hide in the corner somewhere as a prop, and you get a bunch of experience, especially with double XP currently active. I imagine they have some anti-AFK procedures in place to make sure people are actually playing the game mode. I hope they learned a lesson after Modern Warfare Remastered last year. That was a nightmare, but be sure to actually utilize this new game mode while you can, because Prop Hunt is going away on January 30th, and it won't be back until February 20th. That's what they do with these events. I don't understand it either. They rotate in and out these game modes, so if you want to play Prop Hunt, be sure to utilize it this week, because it's not going to be back until February 20th. Sledgehammer Games also decided to bring back Winter Quarantine for this event, adding it to every single game mode for free. There's no need for a season pass or anything like that. There's currently no word on how long they plan to keep it around. My bet is it will go away after the event ends, but for the time being, it serves as a free 10th map for everybody to enjoy. A couple of other things that were added today include an extra custom class slot for everybody, so we have room to utilize the Resistance division. The emblem gallery is now fully functional, which means you can upload your emblems for other people to see, and of course download emblems that other people have made for your own personal use. And they even added Axis uniform customization, which is something I never thought they would add to the game, though it really isn't that big of a deal, because all this really does is it allows you to change what your Axis soldier looks like while playing the multiplayer itself. That's all it does. You can't walk around the headquarters in your Nazi uniform, for example. You can't be wearing an Axis uniform in pre-game lobbies or at the main menu or anything like that. To my understanding, all it does is it changes what you look like while playing the multiplayer if you happen to be on the Axis faction. And I don't think there's even that many choices to choose from. Like, you have a default uniform for each division, and then an extra uniform that I think can only be acquired from supply drops. So there's not really a ton of choices here, but still, I think it's mind-blowing that Sledgehammer decided to add Nazi customization to the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer experience. Speaking of these new Resistance supply drops, the final thing they added to the game today is they revamped contracts and orders to reward you with Resistance supply drops. So be sure to check in every day as they do refresh on a daily basis, and that means you can get tons and tons of these Resistance supply drops for completing some relatively simple challenges. But ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much all for the new content that was added today, and now we are going to be transitioning over to some bug fixes and changes. Though keep in mind, they fixed so many problems, so many little tiny bugs, that I'm not going to list them all here in this video. Instead, I'll link you guys to the full patch notes down there in the description, and here in the video, I'm going to give you guys some highlights that I think you will find interesting. So the first one here, and the big one, health regeneration is now much faster than it was previously, which is a very good change in my opinion. Friendly footsteps are now quieter than they were before. I have been asking for this since launch. Game modes like Search and Destroy and Team Deathmatch, and especially hardcore game modes, are going to be so much better as a result of this update. The spectator glitch has apparently been fixed, which means everybody should be spawning in at the same time from now on, which would be fantastic if that is true. The announcer volume levels in War have finally been fixed, which means the memes are dead, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sad to say. Friendly shell shock will no longer reduce your movement speed, though it will still shake your screen. So it's a bit of a compromise there. It's not as bad as it was before, but it's definitely still going to be a thing in the game. They have redesigned the user interface at the main menu, which should cause a lot less people, like me, to accidentally enter the headquarters when they want to look for a multiplayer match. They fixed the issue where certain weapons that were buffed or nerfed in the last update had variants that didn't receive the changes. All variants should now have the balance changes applied to them, and hopefully they don't make that mistake again in the future. And finally, they fixed various iron sight and reticle problems, like the SVT for the iron sights not being centered, and the GPMG light machine gun's reflex sight overlapping when you go to change the reticle. Again, the full patch notes can be found down there in the description, but I feel like I covered all the important changes in today's update. There will be more updates going live throughout the entire event itself, which will add new game modes, new things to do, and of course, this all leads up to Call of Duty World War II's first map pack, which releases on January 30th for the PlayStation 4 and February 27th for the Xbox One and the PC. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts on all of today's changes and updates down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.